Hello and welcome to another NinjaBill Live, and I am joined with my guest tonight, myself, Crimson Raptors, and Adamantium Matrix. Later on, we should be joined by Cato's Collection and Trans Aaron 38, but for right now, it is the three of us, and that is just fine. And I am dog tired. I am dog tired. On Discord, I shared the image of my patio, and it's I power washed it, and beneath the paint, I discovered there was rotting wood. And so I'm going to have to replace the entire deck. Fortunately, the ramp and the built-in seats that I built into the patio are all new. They're 2 years old. I built them myself, so they're good. But everything else is So,
okay. You're not able to go underneath there and just re-brace it with new wood. You got to redo the whole foundation part of it.
Well, no, not the foundation, just the deck itself. Yeah,
the deck, that's what I meant. Yeah, just I've seen some where they'll just take new wood and nail it to reinforce it. But just saying, I didn't know exactly how expensive you were going. So.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to pull up, and I've been thinking about putting new boards down anyway, because whoever had it for me just used plywood sheeting, and and sure, that's fine for the power chair, but I kind of want something more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing and sturdy. Yeah. So anyway, welcome, Wildfire Productions, welcome, and of course River Run, welcome. So introduce yourselves and tell everybody where they can find you, starting with Crimson Raptors.
You can find me on YouTube with stop motion animation, videos that I have on there, upcoming reviews. You can also find me on Twitter, where I use it for next to nothing, and Instagram, where I post pictures, sometimes mostly hauls and things like that, at Crimson, like the dark red color, and Raptors, Raptors, at Crimson Raptors.
There you go. And Adamantium Matrix.
You can find me here on YouTube, just under Adamantium Matrix, and right now I'm just on Facebook as my normal name, Jason Sullivan. I do have a Twitter account, but I'm going to have to make a new one. I forgot my old account. So
there is Trans Aaron 38 finally coming in to join us. He always late to the show, fashionably late. That's him.
What's up, fellas?
Not much. You're just in time because we are introducing ourselves and where people can find you. So, since you're in, go ahead.
Anyway, fellas, this is Trans Aaron 38. You can find me out here on YouTube as Trans Aaron 38 and on Instagram as well.
Awesome. And Soulmist 44, welcome to the chat. And so, first, I want to start out by talking about some images that recently came out. I believe Crimson discussed them last night in his show, Tales from Teletran, which you can find it's just not the same if input isn't doing it. I'm telling you, I don't have the same pizzazz as he does, but you can find that show every Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m. right there on his YouTube channel. And so anyway, real quick, what the heck? Excuse me for a moment. Guys, chat amongst yourselves.
All right. Crimson Raptors.
What's up?
Not much. I have just pre-ordered Charlie off the Amber collection off of Big Bad Toy Stores.
Awesome. I got him coming too.
Okay. And I've also pre-ordered the Dilophosaurus that comes out in July.
Man, that thing looks beautiful, doesn't it?
It does. I like the extra neck piece. You can change it whether it's flared out or it's resting back. So I didn't know if you were aware of that or not.
What's going on?
I wonder if like the Velociraptor Charlie was on Amazon for a little while, but it kept going out of stock, and then people were charging like $50 for it when it's $30 normally. So I ended up going to toywiz.com. And they had a few in stock, and I was able to get mine there. But I'm really looking forward to a Lost World Tiger Raptor. That's what I'd like to have in the Amber collection.
Okay. Is Toy Wiz, is there still affordable? Years ago, they were a little bit high priced, but I haven't shopped with them in a while.
they've well, it's funny, like BBTS and TF Source and a lot of other places have kind of gone up a couple more dollars, so they've kind of matched a little bit where Toy Wiz was. In this case, they weren't more expensive. I mean, they were maybe like $1 more than what BBTS was having, so that's probably about $4 more than the retail price it was, and that's not a big deal to me. It's when it's $30 and you charge $20 on top of that, that's where it gets kind of like, well, hold on, unless that includes free shipping, that's a little much for me.
Yep, thank you. I'll start putting them back in my save things on my page, because it's been a while since I've ordered stuff from them. Thanks.
Yeah, I like another place I've gone to that I actually got some Autobot headmasters from were Agabus. Are you guys both aware of them?
No, sir.
Agabus is a good guy to deal with. He's a real good guy.
He's been around for a long time, and I've known him since, back in the day of like collectiondx.com, where like, all the like big giant robot guys and their website and everything. And I just never ordered from them, but I've always liked a lot of the stuff that they've had. But now I kind of realize that, man, I should have ordered from them a long time ago, because they're almost as, if not equal to, as fast as Toy Dojo is. Like, I ordered from them 2 days later, I had it here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
he ships fast. He ships fast.
Okay, I'll look that up. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think the last time I bought from him, Agabus, was I got the DX9 Tyrant and the one Sunstreaker that came out with Bad Cube Sunstreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the last time I ordered from him. Been a while.
What's cool about Agabus is that he has stuff on his website, but you can usually contact him and say, hey, I'm looking for this particular figure or something like that, and he'll actually go out and kind of try to find a source for it. So,
nice.
That's really kind of neat. Mm-hmm.
That is nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the newest one I've ordered from here lately is Dorkside Toys. They're not bad.
Mm-hmm. No, they're pretty good too. I actually had ordered a couple of things from them and ordered something for input that's there in the chat now, the Rodimus Unicronus, back before Christmas, and they shipped pretty fast too. But they were like, they've revamped their entire website, so it looks a little more modern now with everybody else.
Inutabi ordered I think the Baby Yoda, the Black Series, and so I went right on there. They were in stock. I ordered it in 2 days. It came to my house because they're in Tennessee. I'm just right below in Georgia, and it was quick.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool too. That's an awesome name, having Dorkside Toys. That's awesome. Store name.
Yeah, I've ordered the Carbonite Boba Fett. I've got it ordered through them. It should be coming in soon.
Sweet. I know that like everybody gives like BBTS kind of a bad rap because they're real slow to ship. Their prices are good, but they're slow to ship. But like last Monday, my order had shipped out from them. Now I made the request probably on a Thursday or a Friday the week before. And so it shipped out on Monday afternoon, and I got it Wednesday afternoon. And I've never gotten anything that fast from BBTS that was like that big of a package. So, because like last Saturday or yesterday was my birthday, so I had a bunch of stuff. I just shipped my entire pile of loot.
There you go.
But yeah, it was really fast shipping for them too. But I'm guessing it's because they were kind of avoiding all the cities that were on fire and just said, you know what, we're gonna go from Wisconsin down to Oklahoma. It'll be fine.
That'll work. Yeah. Yeah. Normally I just use their $4 flat rate, which it takes longer anyway.
Yes, that's what I do too.
Yeah. So it takes usually about 7 to 9 days for it to get to my place, but that's fine.
There wasn't anything that I'm ever in a rush to get from BBTS, although I originally had the Unit 7 Spy Patrol with Knock and Croc and what's the other one? Frenzy and Wing Thing. Yeah, Scar. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Okay. So I was going to have them shipped to me directly, one set, and then the other ones I was going to have just go through my pile of loot. Well, then Kato and Inutabi and Larkin, everybody had already got theirs, like way before I could ever get them, because they were sold out on Hasbro Pulse. They got them from Toy Dojo. They were sold out there, so I went through BBTS thinking, it'll probably get here a good time. Well, it didn't ship. It didn't actually show up until, of course, after I shipped my pile of loot, which that always happens. But I was gonna have it shipped straight to me, but I decided not to because I'm just like, I'll get it when I get it. So.
Hey, well, and I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. I had a sudden knock at the door, and it was a late delivery, I guess. So I apologize for running off. So I'm back, and welcome Hida, welcome Triple R, welcome Wildfire. So anyway, what did I miss?
We were just talking about online stores.
Pretty much, yeah.
Online what?
Online shopping, certain sites. Big Bad Toy Stores, Dorkside, Toys.
Agabus.
Yeah, Agabus, thank you. Toy Biz.
I take it Kato has not showed up yet.
Not yet, it looks like, unless he's backstage.
Nope, he is not. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yes, so as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a knock at the door. Although it was also a good thing because my folks need their medicine, and so when it gets delivered, it's always a good thing. Anyway, I saw the images for the Cyclonus, the Top Gun, the Thrust, and Soundwave, and that I got to tell you, that Transformers Top Gun Maverick, man, that thing looks pretty darn cool. I have zero interest in the Top Gun movie, but I'm telling you what, I would buy this thing.
It did look good. I've seen several pictures of sale.
It's I'm not sure quite what to make of it. It looks like it may be a completely new mold, or it may be a heavy retool of Starscream. I'm not quite sure. What do you guys think?
It could be heavy retool because it looks like it's the standard F-14 Tomcat or F-15. It's long.
That looks leader class to me because if you look at it next to the Soundwave and stuff,
yeah,
that is way beyond anything that we've gotten before. So I don't know why they're making it leader class. I mean, F-14 is big, a little bit bigger than an F-15, but not that big. So right. I'm not quite sure what the.
Wait a minute. Now that I'm looking at that thing, you know what that mold reminds me of? The Cyber Battalion Jetfire. The Cyber Battalion Jetfire.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab that. I'll show you why I think so.
Well, I would hope it'd be better quality than that. if they're doing something licensed for Top Gun.
Yeah, that's one I passed on years ago. Go ahead. Sorry, Transair.
No, good.
Wait a minute. I'm wrong. It looked very similar, but if you look behind the cockpit there, it looks like a panel that folds up, perhaps. And it's very reminiscent of the Cyber Battalion Starscream and Jetfire because they kind of do the same thing. But then again, guess not. But yeah, it looks really cool. What do you guys think about what?
Or could it be like you said, like be a new mold, and it could be like retooled for Blitzwing for Studio Series maybe?
Oh. Had not thought about that.
I never thought about that either until now.
Let's see. Dragonfly, welcome. And I'm not sure how to feel about the Cyclonus. I don't know. You know what? In my mind, I'm still thinking the Generations version is still the better one.
Well, this I think would work better with the Titans Return Galvatron because it is a little bit bigger. But also, this is based on the episode from season 3 called The Killing Jar. That's what his alt mode is based on. It's not based on the movie. It's not based on any other episode. It's specifically based on The Killing Jar for some reason.
Yep, the images I've seen, both robot and the vehicle mode look good. The jet mode looks great. So
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they don't look great, but I'm saying aesthetically, I don't know. I still think the Generations version wins out. You know, the classics 10K Generations version I'm talking about.
Okay, I was wondering which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
I have
I'm
the
not a
Battle
big
in
fan.
Space Cyclonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's. I have that figure, and I still love it. I still love it. In my opinion, it's the best Cyclonus that we've gotten officially. So I don't know.
But that thrust.
That thrust, yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Thrust is
Yes,
one of my favorite seekers besides Skywarp, and I'm telling you what, I don't care for this new Starscream mold. That said, I would buy this, and I would buy it as fast as I possibly could.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was
Durgeon
thinking-
Ramjet as well.
I was thinking that thrust might be a little bit of a retool of that Starscream mode they just re-released. Kind of looks like that generation, like the Universe Generations mold, with the arms that fold up back underneath, like how they did with the Generations with the Starscream. That was actually pretty cool how they engineered that. It might be a slight remold.
Yeah, it's
either way,
definitely that. Yeah.
Either way, for me, it's a win. I dig it. I dig it. I'd be down. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
it's
about
a win.
time.
Yes, it's about time, exactly. Because honestly, how long has it been since we've had an official thrust? Well, not that long ago, 2009 or 2007, with the movies one. We had a thrust there, and I think Cato is just now joining us. There he is. There's Mr. Cato.
Good evening, Cato.
But I think this is a win for us, and again, I think 2007 or 2009. I could be mistaken, but that's the last time we got an official thrust. So I'm down. I'm on board for it. And Cato, welcome.
Thanks.
How are you doing today?
Oh, it's going swimmingly.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey, everybody. Princeton, Aaron. AM.
Hey.
Because I know we got a thrust in Armada. I know we got one in the movie line. I have that one. Deluxe figure. You know, and it's not a bad thrust. It doesn't look like him. Painted in his colors. That's the best you can get it. River Run, welcome. You know, I'm down for it. I'm down. Give me the Coneheads. Give me Ramjet and Dirge and Thrust. If they release them in a 3-pack, I'd buy it. And I'm not known, but I almost flatly refused to buy secret 3-packs. I wouldn't buy the Rainmaker set if you paid me to. No, I have no interest in it. But this,
if it was on clearance, I would.
So I'm looking at. I ended up. You know. I said I wasn't ever going to buy it because I wanted to look at it in person, but you know it was there, and so I went ahead and got Birthright Starscream, and I'm looking at him in the package. That chest is completely different than the Birthright Starscream that's on Thrust, except for maybe the upper thighs. The crotch piece looks like it's the same, and then the little shoulder mounts, those look like the same, and the arms, of course, and stuff. But other than that, it looks like the chest has been completely retooled. It doesn't look like it has that that little that thing that goes over the nose cone that we didn't like the old generations had.
Yeah,
Yeah, that useless support. Yeah, that's not on this one, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying this is different?
Yeah, well, the chest part, yeah. So that's good because I don't like that little. I think they listened and heard that. Hey, we're going to do this for Thundercracker and Skywarp, but they don't want that on the Conehead, so we're going to take that off and do something different.
I'm hoping
Actually,
that
looking on the picture, looking on the picture there, I think his arms are supposed to be tucked in. I think he's mistransformed on that picture.
Oh, he's
it's
definitely
definitely
mistransformed.
Oh yeah.
He's got half of his robot
But you
mode
can
just
see a
laying
lot
there.
of the molded detail, which I find really cool.
See, the feet look the same, but the legs are totally different. Like his shins, like those aren't even. None of that stuff is the same. So feet and thighs and shoulders, and then the arms and stuff are about the only thing that are the same.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
I will give this one something over the classics version. I had the classics version, and I will give it, one, it'll be bigger, and two, it won't have those freaking removable thrusters on the wings. The one thing I hated about the classics or Henkai version was those 5mm removable wing thrusters. It should have been all one solid molded piece, and it looks like these are.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They do have the 5mm port on the underside, so that's really like a smart little thing to do too.
Oh yeah, right there. Yep. So I wonder how they're going to do. Are they going to use 5mm ports back here and like a different wing design, make these smaller and make these bigger for Dirge or what? Because Dirge had a different wing system than all the others.
It was all one piece, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dirge is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
but his has a more delta shape, so I could see where they could replace that whole assembly that Thrust has, put in another piece, and it's just longer, right? And its legs will go up, but like it'll be longer. It'll go smooth out. Then you can have maybe the canards would be part of that upper chest. So those
right
are
up
all
here.
maybe the canards won't be part of the
or
wings.
maybe they'll be a part of the arms. You never know. Maybe they'll be a part of the arms.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Either way, I'm really happy with it. And yes, I would pick up this Top Gun thing, even though I have zero interest in the movie, could care less about it. I do like this. And another thing, if this works out and people buy it, they could reuse this mold right here for any one of the aerial bots. Well, for a couple of the aerial bots anyway. Think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that. I don't know that they will, but they certainly could.
What do you say that?
I just don't. I think most of the well, they definitely could. I was about to say the crossover stuff doesn't really tie in, but it does because of what they did with the Ghostbuster with the Ectotron. It was an old mold, so yeah, they could definitely cross that over.
Oh yeah. I think you could get a couple of aerial bots out of that mold easily. Yeah, you could totally do that. I could see it easy. So, what's new with you guys? What's new with you, Kato?
What's new? Nothing. I'm as boring as ever.
That's not what I saw on your channel earlier. You had a really great review.
Who said?
We all did.
Who's spreading those lies?
Blame it on me.
I have not watched it yet. Sadly, I was busy working on my deck, but I will watch it later.
I'll spoil it for you. It's Jaguar. He's great. Although he does show up, he shows up very much more green. Take two. He shows up a lot more green than he is in person. He's more gray than green, but for some reason, my camera just made him look super green.
He looked fine with
Yeah,
my
that was
camera.
kind of weird.
I haven't watched it say otherwise, but I have to take your word for it.
But if you look at the promo pictures of even BBTS has on it, does have kind of a green tint to it.
It's definitely like a greenish gray, almost like almost like a really dark army green.
Yeah,
but but it's like if you look at it the wrong way, it's like, oh, look at that gray. Oh crap! It's like we could post that online, and it could be the new blue dress, black dress.
Okay.
Right.
So you get anything new besides that?
No, that's not even new. I've had that for a while. I haven't gotten anything new. I'm squeezing out all the stuff I haven't reviewed yet until more stuff shows up.
Interesting. How about you, Crimson? And if you didn't watch Tales from Teletran last night, you might as well get yourself some snacks and a soda or a beer or something, because boy, oh boy, is this going to be a long one. Go ahead, Crimson.
Man, I don't know, man. There's so many things. I'll just do kind of the highlights of it. Is that I got the IDW. I popped that Mastermind Creations third-party cherry, and got the IDW Roller, which is NOC's Cylindris, and the I think it's TFCon exclusive retool remold of that one that was used to make Thunderclash has the Machine Wars Optimus Prime coloring on it, and both of them are gorgeous. Strongly recommend them. Also got Fans Projects, the Deluxe Insecticons. There's the three of them, Ransack and Chop Shop and Barrage. They never made a Venom, which is the Cicada, but I'll have to customize that later. But though, if you've been waiting on the fence or on the fence about Fans Project Insecticons, they are a little bit as tall as Siege Reflector, and they look and work perfectly with the Siege line. It's incredible how it works. So that means they work great with Earthrise too.
Nice. Anything else?
Yeah, there's tons of stuff, but go watch on Input's channel.
And how about you, Adamantium Matrix? What's new that you got in?
Well, basically what I've been doing, just bear with me here. Been getting a lot of the Black Series back here. Been getting most of the vehicle sets, actually. There we go.
Nice.
Those look so good.
Yeah, they're a little pricey, but take my time. And I've actually got the First Order TIE Fighter coming in sometime next week, and I got that for under $150.
Wow.
Oh,
how'd you
nice.
manage that? Who'd you rob?
Kind of had two. I snatched it up. I paid $132 American. I could not believe it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What was that retail for originally for it?
I'm guessing 150. I'm not real sure. I don't remember seeing it in the store. Oops, sorry.
That's the one I think. Didn't Walmart or Target have that? It took up like a ton of shelf space, didn't it?
Toys R Us, I think.
Oh, Toys R Us. Oh, wow.
I think so.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Don't make Kato jealous now. He'll go out looking for one.
Now Kato's looking for the Baroness right now. Whenever yeah.
Wait, you mean the figure? Yeah. That too.
Yeah. Well, either way, if you want the poster, if you want a mannequin or life size cutout, that's your problem.
Do they make a real doll?
Get with Laura Legend. She might can customize you one. She did a good Spider-Man not too long ago.
What? Whoa.
No.
NinjaBill Friends After Dark, indeed.
There you go. Dragonfly says he picked up Astro Train, which is awesome. Or no, Hida said he picked up Astro Train. Dragonfly says it's great. It's a great figure, overpriced in his opinion. And Hida also said he snagged up Grapple finally. So awesome. I think Grapple is a great figure. I myself quite enjoy him. I finally picked up it's not even my go. I'll wait. So Transparent 38, or no, wait. Did you have anything else, Adamantium Matrix?
No, that's it. I mean, I basically got all of Wave 1 Earthrise, and I'm just picking up a few of the Netflix, but I've just been focusing on the Black Series here lately, just trying to catch up on some of those. So.
Nice. Transparent 38, what did you get? I know you recently got a nice haul. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen his custom Ghostbusters Ecto-1 train, You guys need to go check that out. Yes, there it is. That is
wow.
his own custom, and it is amazing.
That's awesome. You talented bastard.
It's slime on the back going crazy.
That's great.
Yeah, he did the well. I should say everything except unless you did do worked on the electronics too. But I think you just the body.
I'm not that talented for the electric. If I ever get it for it, I'll put an Ecto 1 siren on it. That'd be funny on it. Put an Ecto 1 siren on it. Because it already has a blink light on top of it right here. This actually blinks what goes around the track.
Nice. So what have you got lately?
Besides that custom there I've been working on, as like I did a live stream here with Crimson Raptors there the other day, and well, last week I think it was, right? Yeah, it just seems like yesterday. I was like, I got all of the pieces to King Poseidon, aka Piranha. Got that. I'll be doing that here pretty soon, and all the rest of the studio series, not studio, Netflix. I got a Spicy Purple Sausage, getting ready to finish his review up for tonight. and I was like, I got Hot Link, which is Spicy Purple Sausage, and and then the Netflix Megatron and the Netflix spoiler pack with Magnus in it, with that black Play-Doh, I guess, you mess with. So it was like, and then today actually today it's like went to go to Lowe's to get some plywood and some stuff. I just couldn't pass up on the Playmobil Back to the Future.
Wow.
DeLorean.
Nice.
I couldn't pass that up.
Nice. I of course got I picked up a Shockwave, Deluxe Shockwave from Cyberverse, and I really love that little guy. I do. I love that figure. I'm a big fan of Shockwave anyway. I picked up Hot Link, which is a surprise to me, not only me, but a lot of people. Dennis Bolton said in his live show, you know what kind of world we're living in when Ninja Bill gets a newer figure before anyone else. And I was like, well, else, but
But I did get that hot rod.
Oh, nice. I thought about picking him up, but I think I'm going to pick up Grimlock Prime, and I think that maybe I'm not really going in for the Build-A-Figure, although sure, it'd be cool, but I'm just not that interested in the other figures. I'm just not. So I'm not in it for them.
I was tempted to get that hot rod because I picked one up for input because he wanted one, and so I just got that. And I was looking at him in the box, and I was just like, he does look really kind of cool. The alt mode is not the 86 movie version that I'd want to have, but I'm kind of hearing rumblings and rumors that there may be a new actual just plain old hot rod figure coming out, and that may be in the third wave of this war for Cybertron, because like with Unicron and stuff happening, with the Cyclonus showing, that I'm kind of holding out till we get a really good hot rod. Now I use a Classics hot rod for my display right now. The Henkai actually is the one I use, but I don't. The Titan's Return, I just don't like the robot mode of it. It just doesn't look great.
Legs are floppy on it.
You wait long enough, you can get one from the Studio Series, probably.
Probably.
He just says non-transforming Macadam makes me sad. Still, it's a nice action figure, and I'll be honest here. If I do pick up the others, it would. I'm just not that interested in having a Macadam. I'm not interested in that Starscream figure. I'm just not. I'm not interested in the Megatron. I'm just not, and I'm not interested in that hot rod. I want Prime. I want Grimlock, and I got the Shockwave, obviously, but I don't know. I'm not interested. No, I ain't doing it.
Or are you doing it?
Well, here's my question for that. Like, you know, I would love to have the McAdams just for the novelty of it, but why have we know Alpha Trion would have been a pretty cool build-a-figure,
Yes.
but why have we not seen any 3D printing, printable versions of Alpha Trion and McAdams? Like, it seems like right now would be the time for people to kind of make that, so people have those options available as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the future too.
Yeah. I think that Kato made a good point, because with these other figures like Galvatron, Cyclonus showing up, I do have a feeling that we're going to be seeing more of the movie characters coming out in the next few waves, or the next couple of lines. I have a suspicion that he's right on the money on that, and if that's the case, maybe we'll get a better Blur. That Titans Return Blur was okay. It was a nice figure, but it wasn't Blur. It wasn't.
I think we are about to get some of the best looking movie bots we've ever gotten. I think if the rumors are true about Grimlock coming in, 86 Grimlock being in the studio series, I think the 86 movie fans are about to get some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
About time.
Right?
I hope they give us an awesome Sergeant Cup.
Agreed. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's the Titans Return Cup wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I didn't care for the way the shoulders were designed. That was literally my only problem. It didn't look like Cup. It had more of an IDW Cup rather than the 86 movie Cup, and I'm hoping that we're right in our guess. I'm hoping so, because let's see. Hedis' Titans Return Blur was only good for repainting. I'm disappointed we didn't get an override.
Nope. I would say the Takara Legends version of Cup is totally worth it if you want to hunt that down. Just be careful with those wrists; they don't swivel. They're just on kind of thin little plastic, but that's definitely a big improvement on the Titans Return is the Takara Legends version.
Huh.
Yeah, I just think that if it's true, if we're getting, because all right, well, most people that watch my channel know that while I appreciate the Bayverse and I'm glad it exists for people that love it, I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big deal. I don't hate it. It's just not for me. But at the same time, I can say that the recent studio series stuff looks exactly like it's supposed to look. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's from the movie. So if we do get 86 bots in the studio series, which makes sense for the studio series to focus on big screen bots, whatever that's going to be worth. If we do get those, and I hope we do, I imagine they will look amazing. And I would love to get, that would be a great way for folks to fill that 86 movie slot that we all want. Somewhere between your standard Generations and Masterpiece, somewhere right inside that slot and price point, little better quality than, and I love the quality of Siege and Earthrise, but just a little step up from that, but not quite the step of Masterpiece. I think I would be all for it.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I've seen rumblings on some Facebook groups where people were already, crying in their milk about it, and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to enjoy it. Sometimes people just need to relax and enjoy it. Just because I don't like third party doesn't mean that I bash Kato for buying it all the time. Because he doesn't. Well,
that's the thing, right? We went without Generation 1 for at least 17 plus years. Anything even remotely related to Generation 1. And then you get the Masterpiece, the MPO1. It comes out, but it's at a way high price point. And then we didn't get any kind of offering until maybe and this is after Generation 2, so we didn't get anything until maybe the Classics line, but that was just a holdover until the movie kicked off. Mm-hmm. So we got Combiner Wars, but it wasn't at the quality we wanted. It was the characters we wanted. Then we get Titans Return. They make people headmasters that weren't headmasters for a gimmick, and I understand that. And then eventually we don't actually get real service until Siege came out, and Earthrise. Some of their figures are blowing stuff out of the water, and it's just this is the time for this kind of. We haven't seen this kind of mainline stuff being G1, right? But it's funny because you'll hear people talk about like, well, why we need more studio series this and studio series that. It's just like, well, you've had that for a long period of time since the movies have come out. Even Generation 2, like that wasn't as popular as it could have been, and Beast Wars wasn't G1 accepted until much later. So that the Beast Wars didn't count, right? Because there was that truck not monkey or monkey not truck situation. So this is time where if people are wanting to put their money where their mouth is, buy everything you want Prime related, buy everything that you want Unicron Trilogy related, because those are the people that grew up with those now have the disposable income for it. And it's exactly what happened with G1. They had the disposable income for it, but now they're coming back to a mainline, and that's really awesome for all of us.
Well, the big thing I've been seeing it for the last month or so. It feels to me like the guys at Hasbro and Takara are force feeding us, and I'm glad they are, everything we've wanted. Studio series has gotten better. The G1 representation in Siege and Earthrise has gotten better. If the 86 movie rumors are true, it's like they're force feeding us everything we've always wanted. So I'm hoping so that they can say, all right, there you go. You've got everything you wanted. So now it's time for something completely new.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
And I'm completely on board with that.
Yeah, yeah, that would be awesome. By the way, hello, GF Fan Geek, and I completely agree. That would be cool because honestly, you've been saying it for a while. I think all of us here in the show have been saying it for a while that we're ready for something new. The G1 has been hashed and rehashed over and over again in every series so far, and I'm wanting something new.
Yeah, I think there'll always be G1 representation out there. Third party will always do G1 stuff. I think Hasbro will always have a spot for G1 stuff. But I think it's time for a new story. It's time for some new characters. It's time for something completely different, not too dissimilar from what they did with Beast Wars. I think it's time for the next step. And it even could be a derivative of Beast Wars with the anniversary coming up. But I want it even to be something different than that.
Yeah.
He just says, "Don't tease. I'm itching for a complete reformat," and it's true. Like with Beast Wars, initially it wasn't tied into the G1. It wasn't. It was all new. Yes, the names were similar, kind of. Optimus Primal. Okay, Megatron. Sure, he was in there, but all the rest of the characters not so much. But it was something new. And then later in season 3. They tie it into the G1 universe. And suddenly you're like, okay. And that was fine. But I would like something completely different. Like when they were going to do that trans tech line. They eventually didn't do it, but that could have been really interesting. Other things like that.
Yeah, I've said forever that I would like to see a just far distant future where almost the entire G1 Beast Wars, the whole thing has been almost forgotten. It'll be the equivalent on Cybertron of what our Greek myths are. All these people existed in mythical history. Nobody realized it, and then somebody stumbles upon something. Maybe they stumble on the Matrix or a Teletran, or maybe they stumble on an ancient Starscream. And, something kicks this whole thing off where Decepticon and Autobot doesn't mean what it used to mean. There's a whole new faction out there. I just think that we could deal with Descendants and relearn the history. They could relearn the history of where they come from, and a whole new battle starts. I think you can bring in I wouldn't say bring in Unicron again. Bring in some brand new earth-shattering villain. That I just think there's a lot of places you could go with it rather than what we've seen. And what I think it's going to take, as much as I don't always like a lot of the IDW storylines, it's going to take some fresh minds to reach in and go, all right, we need a new story. Let's stop everything that we think we know and start something.
Yep. Hita in chat said, I see lots of times people saying that Generations line is called Generations, plural, but only one generation sees production, Generation 1. And by the way, welcome Omega 817 and welcome Devis.
But that's not true what Hyde is saying. We get the Galaxy Upgrade Prime, we get the Hot Shot and stuff, and we get the Combat Hero Megatron from G2. So we get Barricade, who now becomes a retroactive Generations character to fit in from the Bayverse. So they're trying to figure out, like, okay, are people going to want this Galaxy Upgrade Prime? Let's see, does it shelf form? Does it not sell? Or retailers not reordering it? So they're trying that stuff. So the whole thing is if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So if it doesn't sell, they're not going to make it. So if the money's not there, the market's not there yet, then they're going to keep doing what does sell.
Don't you throw out those 90s rap lyrics to me.
But he has a point. They know what will sell. Hasbro knows that if they put out an Optimus Prime, they put out a Bumblebee, etc. Like there's like 10 figures they know they can bank on. They can they'll put it out there. People will buy it. And there's like 10 characters they know it'll make money. Whatever line or subline they put it out in, it makes money for them. So I could almost guarantee you, no matter what they do going forward, we're almost always going to have one of those 10 characters, if not all of them, show up. That's just the way things are. Until that changes, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the sleep mode Optimus Prime. I'm game, but Kato doesn't care for it.
No,
I don't care for it either.
I mean,
I don't care for it either.
I don't hate it.
There you go.
I don't hate it, but it's. I could see why people would want it. It's just I don't feel a need for another Earthrise Prime mold that's gray, but I get it. I mean, I could totally understand people wanting it and having a place in their collection for it.
I just want an Earthrise Optimus Prime. I could care less if I get a sleep mode one. Fine, as long as I'll just have to paint the son of a bitch up to make it look like Optimus Prime.
My theory on it all is basically, if they make something that I don't want, I don't buy it. It doesn't mean that I expect someone else not to buy it, and it doesn't mean that I think they're stupid for wanting it. That's where I draw the line. When people start saying, "Oh, you like G1? Well, you're an idiot." Well, that's a stupid argument. Go away from me.
Yeah.
You like the Studio Series? You're a moron. That's a stupid argument. Get away from me. Like what you like, like what you don't like. It doesn't hurt me for someone else to like something.
Yep.
Exactly.
And on that same token, people are always like, okay, well, you customize a figure or something like that, like, and they get, well, how could you do that to that figure? Like, I can't even find it in stores. You should have given it to me if you were gonna quote unquote ruin it and customize it. I'd be like, dude, I bought this in the store with my figure.
Exactly.
It's like that didn't hurt you anyway.
That's when you look them right in the eye, and with your calmest, most soothing voice, you say, "Eat a fat dick." It's none of your business.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, but even if I did end up getting that Sleep Mode Optimus Prime, I actually have an idea to make a little custom out of it, since that Masterpiece Ghostbusters one is so expensive. Just make a Ghostbusters Optimus Prime out of that one. Probably be pretty neat.
That gray would be a great base to paint over. I mean, it's perfect for it.
But it's a neutral color, easy to use others with. So yeah, good point.
Oh yeah.
But Yeah, I'm down for something new. I really am, because how many Optimus Prime? Well, I shouldn't say that when I got a shelf, full of Optimus Prime. How many Optimus Primes do we really need?
That's D1 accurate.
And the answer is as many as I can possibly have. But beyond that, yeah, I'd like to have. Why can't Optimus Prime be a jet for a change? Why can't he be a seeker? Does he always have to be a truck? Why can't he be a monkey?
It's funny you say that, like, because I never really thought about this, but like when the Robots in Disguise came out, or the TRID, Transformers Robots in Disguise, with the car robots and stuff, I was like, man, why is Optimus Prime a fire truck? This is stupid. Like, I get it, like, and this is all before 9/11, right? So it's just like, why is he a fire truck? He should be a tractor trailer or whatever. And one of my friends said, well, a fire truck rescues people. It's like, yeah, but that's supposed to be Inferno. And he's like, but if they see a fire truck, they know that it's a hero that's coming. And if you think of a tractor trailer, like, they're pretty polluting. So I was like, man, I never thought about that, because they always show those smokestacks coming out of Prime.
Wait, what? Dragonfly, there is a plan, Optimus Prime and a tanker. Well, they kind of did that with the whole Titans Return line as a tanker truck and passenger jet thing, and it was a placeholder until they got out Octane, and that's okay, I guess. It's a nice figure it's really meant to be a G2 Laser Prime homage, and so, and I get that. It's just I didn't like it. I didn't like the truck.
I like the Generation 2 Laser Rod Optimus Prime. That's actually one of my grails, is to have a mint and box version of that. But
oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I would love to have that one. Love to have that. I think it's one of the coolest Prime toys ever. Tia Fangeek still has one in near mint perfect condition. I can't believe it. He had it kept in his garage or in his attic somewhere, right? I think it was in his garage, and it looks amazing. And I would love to have it. But at the same time, we need one in the Titans Return, a triple changing Optimus Prime? No, not really.
Well, see that, and I was thinking, I was like, this would be cool to have, like, in like a reboot, is the Laser Rod Optimus Prime, that kind of gimmick and that kind of form for Prime. But then one of my friends I used to work with, he said, well, if he was a tanker truck, then Megatron could just fire at him and blow up half the Autobots. And I was like, well, there goes that idea, dude.
Yep, but which sort of brings us over to the main topic. And I'm sort of borrowing from Sardo Numpas. If you guys aren't aware of his channel, I suggest you go check it out. Great guy, part of Cato and some others. Inutabi, I almost used his real name there. Larkin's Lair and the Rejecticons, but he released a video very recently with a topic that I think is an interesting one: is where do you think your collection is going to end? I guess is the best way I could put that. Where do you see yourself stopping in your collection? So we'll start with Cato.
I don't.
Good answer.
I don't. Man, anytime, like, I don't have a goal. I don't have a plan. I don't have a direction. This is starting to sound a bit psychological. Like like that's also my life. But yeah, I have no plan. And I have no end in sight. When the money stops rolling in, I'll stop buying stuff, and I'll keep doing it until it's not fun. And what he was getting at in his video, and we kind of definitely wanted him to do that kind of video because it was such a great topic. because he feels like he's moved on from not getting as much Transformers, and he's kind of fallen into this Soul of Choka Chicken line that makes awesome stuff. And with I gave up Marvel Legends to start doing Transformers because I was like, I'm not going to go down 2 giant rabbit holes, right? So I get that because there was a time I didn't see my Marvel Legends collection ending either. But then I heard the Siege announcement, and I was like, yep, I'm back in Transformers. That's just how it's going to be. And so I can't see right now an end because I really didn't get into seriously collecting until just over a year ago. Like really focusing on a collection and not just buying random figures. So it kind of gives me some leeway to say I've got tons of stuff I can get and not run out, right? But really, I'm just going to keep doing it until it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of Larkin's Lair, I say his name and then suddenly there he is in the chat. Welcome, Larkin's Lair. Welcome to you, Pangy. It's like he's stalking Kato or something. I don't know. Everywhere Kato goes, Larkin shows up.
Him. I'm stalking him. I want to be Larkin when I grow up, just with more hair.
Just with more hair. So Crimson, what about you? Where do you see yourself in your collecting?
So I've seen, like some of my other collections I have, like, Gundam and Terminator, like I've seen some of those kind of end, and there's not really anything super new that I'd want from them. Like NECA Press pretty much provided me with everything I would ever have wanted Terminator related, with the exception of the HK Centurion, the Spider Tank Walker, and the Mini Hunters from T2 3D. Other than that, they've given me everything else I've wanted. So I've seen like how you get to a point to where you just have ended a collection and it's done. And I did that more or less with even the Beast Wars Transformers, where I had pretty much almost everybody that was in the show that had a form, like their Transmetals and stuff like that. Over the years, I've gotten rid of them, and then I kind of had a nostalgia of, what, I want those Beast forms. I want actual Beast Wars Transformers. So I collected all the vanilla versions and finished that collection with the Killer Punch from Beast Wars Neo, the purple Styracosaurs. And now I'm looking towards specialty stuff like the BotCon 97 Antagony, which is the black female repaint or blackish purple female repaint of Inferno, and Fractal, the green pterosaur, and Packrat, the blue rat trap. So I've kind of looked at very, very specific things now. But otherwise, that collection's done. But as for the regular Transformers and stuff, I've gotten a lot of what I wanted from Siege, because I never thought I would get to see that, right? So I held on to a lot of classics. Now I don't really want those classics anymore. And the Siege is kind of filling in along with Combiner Wars and Titans Returns. Now those are starting to fill in all those gaps. But I don't see an end to that collection, at least for the next 10 years. I don't see it ending, because they're always Hasbro and Takara, like their combination now is changing the game, and they're giving us what we've wanted and the quality we've wanted, and they're listening, they're watching, they're more interactive now on social media with their fans. Even if they don't like your post, they still see it, and you'll see that whatever you may create as a digital bash, like that Elita 1 Siege Chromie I did, or Siege Chromie I turned into an Elita 1, now that's going to see fruition here with the Siege cartoon. And I know I wasn't the first one to do that, but it's certainly, I tried to get as much attention to Hasbro and Takara as possible. And it's weird to see that kind of stuff kind of come to light, where they really are paying attention to people who are fans, and in that turn are their market and their direct demographic. So they really have to listen to us in that respect. And we don't always have the best ideas as fans, that's for sure.
Hey, I can remember a time where Hasbro didn't give people, the time of day. They're like, oh, what did you say? Oh, okay, whatever. And then, went on and did whatever the hell they wanted to do. I mean, that wasn't so long ago, 10, 12 years ago. That was Hasbro. Hasbro they didn't care. But once in a while, they put out a fan vote or something, for the most part, they just did whatever. So I'm right there with you. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like those fan votes are showing them interaction, and as more people realize that they're trying to get that information. I mean, as generations keep going, they're getting more mobile game related, more video game related. So that market's shrinking and shrinking. And at one point they admitted, and I forget where this was at a BotCon or something like that, but they said that the nostalgia collectors were 10% of their market. 10% for any business is a huge amount of people, and you can't ignore those people. Nowadays, I think we are far more than 10%, but they'll probably never admit it. But you'll see the people that are working with them, like John Warden and stuff, that grew up with Generation 2 and Beast Wars and stuff. You know, they have that nostalgia for G1 as well, and that's why we're getting this kind of product, and that's why it's selling. I mean, Siege is a great example of something they thought wouldn't be that big, but it was. You know, if you really look at Siege, don't look at the Generation Selects, none of that other stuff, or Takara, Tomy, none of their exclusives. Just look at just Siege. That's a very small main line of figures, but the quality is there for them, and they didn't expect it to be as popular as it was, and we've proven that to them. So I don't see it ending for me for at least the next 10 years.
Yeah. I agree. You know, they have taken a turn to where they do care now, and it shows. Speaking of those like selects or whatever, I believe there was news on a select coming out, a special hubcap. That's right, Generation Selects hubcap, I believe, was recently revealed. So there you go, your hubcap man. And Hida says, I just want to finish. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. He says, I just want to finish my G1 collection without costing myself organs. And yeah, especially if you get into the masterpiece. Ugh.
I've abused pretty much all of my organs. They're not going to trade those in. I couldn't trade those in for a Power of Prime figure.
Yep. Larkin said Classics was a cool reimagination of the G1 characters, and I agree. Well, for example, one of the reasons that, like I said, that new Cyclonus, he looks good. Don't get me wrong, he looks good, but I still think the Classics Generations Cyclonus looks better. It looks better. And that would lead us into Adamantium Matrix. So, how do you feel?
Basically, after the Warp of Cybertron, after it's done, I'm gonna have to sit back and kind of look. You know, I'm only really familiar with the G1. I skipped Beast Wars and I've seen some Armada stuff, but that's where I'm at. Now, I do like the character Tidal Wave off of
Armada.
I forget which one. Okay, Armada. I do like that one. So, like right now, I didn't pre-order, and I have no intention of getting the new Earthrise RC. I love the Generations version. I'm going to wait and watch a few reviews before I make that decision. So basically right now, as soon as all G1's done, then I'll start picking and choosing. And that's what I was getting back into the Star Wars Black Series. I'm going to go ahead and start those. I mean, I don't see myself quitting completely, but I see myself slowing down some. And one more comment. I missed out on the Combiner War stuff, and I'm going to get with Kato here. You know, I looked at a TFC Poseidon. I know there's defects in it. I think it looks better than the Takara version. It's stockier, but you know it can't hold up a weapon just like the Takara version. And now I'm looking at a Jimbao Bruticus. I don't know what it's made after, but it looks better than the Combiner.
So kind of add on to that with you, Adamantium, is that I know people have been saying like that King Poseidon that we have, that it doesn't hold overbite or its own weapon. That's because they're mistransforming it. they're using the thighs, the robot thighs, as an impossible joint that would never hold up anyway. And you actually have to transform Lobclaw into his beast mode, have that security of the Combiner Wars legs, and then you can put Overbite and he holds it just fine. And there's even a picture of it on my Instagram where he's like that.
I need to get that right there. I was watching Larkin's Lair and I missed out on inputs. I hadn't seen hardly any of his Poseidon. And he was showing it up, but I'm looking at whichever one he had in the right hand. You've got ratchets at the knee joints instead of using the hip. I thought, well, why didn't you do that? But I didn't get in the whole discussion with him. I didn't know if that would work or not.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna go for something that is, I mean, the TFC one is beautiful. I mean, I wish there was a little changes, like a bigger head on it, but the TFC one is a really beautiful piece, and oddly enough, would probably be just as expensive as wrapping up all the Generation Select Seacons at the price they're at, right?
Yeah.
And this is my thing right now. I've got 4 of the 6. Hasbro just refunded me 1 because they didn't get it in on June the 4th. So am I going to be able to complete them, or am I just going to put them on my store, put them on eBay to get rid of them? That's where I'm at right now. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do just with that set.
When they canceled for you, it was Overbite?
Yes.
Yeah, but that actually happened with other people too. I saw on Discord. They're not very happy.
Yeah, but I mean, what can you do if they ain't got them in? It's like I ordered from a guy on eBay. They're waiting on Disney open back up so they can go get me the holocrons. And I asked him the other day. I said, "Why ain't you shipped them?" I said, "It's showing you have 1 left in stock." And he said, "No." He said, "I'm sold out. I'm like, okay, I got to wait till July 15th now." So, okay.
Well, what was funny is after people were talking about they had their orders canceled for Overbite, TF Source ended up getting a bunch more in stock of the Seacons. In fact, Tentakill and Overbite are add to cart on TF Source, but they don't want $34.99 for them. They want $80 for each one. So
no, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cheaper than
TF
the
Safari
for on eBay.
$49.99.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They know what they're doing.
Right.
Oh yeah, they do.
And I'm looking on eBay right now. Just a few of them are selling for $60. I'm like, geez, I can get rid of mine and let these goofball kids bid up to $60, where I just made $10 or $15 after eBay gets their 13%. But
right.
I mean, yeah, just by putting a 99-cent bid on.
Yeah. So Trans-Air 38, it is your go.
Well, I'm actually kind of with Matrix on this one. I think after the War for Cybertron trilogy, I think I'm going to sit back and see what's going on with all of the other stuff. Between me just collecting Transformers, and I collect Ghostbusters stuff too, and especially with the new Ghostbusters movie supposed to come out this year but got canceled till next year because of COVID-19. The Ghostbuster franchise is a little upset about that until next year. So that's crazy. There's they're not just Transformers wise. There's like a lot of Ghostbuster stuff's coming back out too, and then a lot of nostalgia going on. And I actually hope they actually make a new cartoon like different style or Ghostbusters like what they did with Extreme Ghostbusters. But yeah, Transformers wise, I'll probably just end up like, since Siege came out, man, I was looking at my classics and chugs. I was really thinking about getting rid of them. I was talking to Crimson the other night about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so I'll probably hang out probably next 3 years until probably just see what happens. We need a new gimmick for Transformers, like what like Armada came out with the Minicons. That was pretty cool gimmick back then.
Yeah.
Trans-Aaron, are you customizing your own Proton Pack, or did you buy the one from Hasbro Pulse?
No, I actually have you ever heard the Spear of Halloween?
No.
Spear of Halloween actually has a 80% scale Proton Pack. I gutted the whole thing apart and got the upgrade kits from Spongeface on eBay that does all the sounds and everything to it.
Okay. Are you familiar with Bert the Stormtrooper?
Yes.
Okay.
Was there more to that?
No, it was just talking about. Yeah.
No, you just are you familiar with him? I was.
Well,
see.
Bert the Stormtrooper is a good friend of Patriot Primes. They're both military brats, I guess you could say. But he's big on Ghostbusters also, and he's thinking about closing his channel down. He's not getting the views he used to, so I just didn't know if Transarin was familiar with him.
Oh, yeah, I was subscribed to him. I haven't caught up on his videos for a while. Him and Patriot Prime. I love their reviews and stuff. It was like, the Spangler Neutrino one that's supposed to be coming out. That's supposed to be like a redone version of the Matty one for the proton gun. Man, that thing looks freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, go back and watch a few of his. He's got 14-something thousand subscribers, and he's only getting like 300 views. So, and he's got a baby. It's probably about a year and a half old now, or 2 years old, and he just thinks it's not worth his time anymore. He's about to just, shut his channel down. That was the last. It's been about a month since he put anything up.
Well,
oh my! Yeah, I definitely have to check it out.
He's very, very close to 15,000. Like within 100, he's at 15,000. And
yeah, like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and you can imagine having that kind of high number of subscribers and only have 300-something views per video. That's frustrating. I understand his point.
Absolutely. So here's a funny thing. Like, and I don't know if Input's still in or, but Input and I were talking, and we were talking about some of our fellow stop motion animators, and we were talking about a guy. He's by All Hail Megatron 1K or All Hail Megatron 1000, and I went to his page and I was telling him, hey, did you get the notification for the new, video he put out? And Input was like, no, I haven't. It's like, in fact, notifications are turned off for him. Well, he goes to the channel and it says on his, the branding, it says this channel is for kids. So you can't receive or change any of the notifications. And I was like, what are you talking about? I can. And so he unsubscribed, resubscribed back to All Hail Megatron 1K. And then it showed that banner was gone and that he was back to where he could start change notifications. So that means that when this COPA stuff was happening last year and a little bit before this, at the beginning of this year, where people were kind of like choosing or selecting their videos, or they said, no, my channel is for kids, or no, my channel is not for kids, that screwed up that algorithm. And I bet you Bert was part of that. And because he has had, his kids in there, Patriot Prime had his kids in there too. And so they're just like, they all marked him for not for kids, but I think his subscribers still show that it's for kids, and they're not getting any notifications or aware of anything that he's making videos. And that is
I can tell you for a fact that's true. I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe to PPR because I wasn't getting any notifications for him. I'm still not getting any notifications for Kato. I have to physically go to his channel, and that's how I watch his videos. I've unsubscribed and resubscribed to him, but I'm still not getting the notifications. I can safely say I'm still getting Adamantium Matrix's notifications. His I get regularly. Everybody else's is sporadic, but that's always been the push. YouTube pushing those notifications has always been iffy at best anyway. So, in my opinion.
Well, that sucks. You're not getting my notifications. All I got out of that was you're not getting my notifications. I'm sure there was a lot more stuff, but that's all I got.
Well, definitely, kind of like everybody who's listening here.
I'm going to interrupt real quick here because I'm going to interrupt. TFB Fan Geek had a question a little while ago. Does anyone know a website offering the Generation Selects Piranacon at a decent price?
It's going to be TF Source. You're going to be your own choice right now.
Unless you buy off a private collector.
Yeah.
There's I know my one buddy Greg from California. He's selling his sets for $370 shipped.
Yeah, I would say wait and maybe next year after God Neptune has come out and people kind of gravitate toward that. Because there are people who got Piranacon because they were like, oh, we'll never get a God Neptune, right? And then they're just like, oh, God Neptune's coming out. I got to sell my Piranacon. So that is kind of what happens in that collecting world, and give it some time. Like Skywarp, Siege Skywarp is kind of once the Earthrise one hits out, that Siege Skywarp's going to come right down in price. Happens all the time.
and then I may finally be able to get it.
Well, it's are y'all familiar with Chefatron? He's from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll buy something.
Yep.
He'll buy it, turn around, review it, and then he sells it, and then he finds it again later on at a discount.
Yep.
He actually comes. His family lives here in Iowa, in Des Moines, Iowa, and I've met him a few times. So cool dude, absolutely a great cool dude.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with his channel, I suggest you go and subscribe. Great guy. So
yeah.
But Hida said at least if decent knockoffs come out by Surtoy. Speaking of knockoffs, have you guys seen that KO oversized Studio Series Shockwave?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. However, that said, there are a lot of reported problems with the hip joints breaking.
Yep.
So other than that, oh my gosh, does it look amazing. The paintwork on it is, whoa.
I'm sure you're familiar with Tauntaun. He goes through there and he shows you how to pull out the hip joint without snapping the ball joint. Yeah.
Oh, I've yet to watch that, but I'll have to.
That's one of his recent videos. He shows you how to get in there without stressing the joint and pulling it out. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that, and I just, I've yet to review the one that you gave me. I'm working on it. I just put out a questionnaire on my Facebook today. What figure to review next? And instead of Studio Series Shockwave that you gave me, you suggested I do Arctic Drift. And so it's a cool toy. It's a cool toy. Hey, he looks really good. He's like, hey, did he take inspiration from Ratchet and Jetfire? Well, yes, he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of things that YouTube changed when they started doing this whole new deal thing, and then it's like it's hard to keep up when you're already subscribed to 700 channels. There's just not enough hours in my day for me to catch up on virtually everyone who's subscribed to me, and I am subscribed to them back. And it's sad. Reality is I can't watch every single video every single day of every single one. It's not in a busy day, but so I apologize to people who I've missed out on some of your videos. I know Transaren, there's quite a few of yours. I at least like them. If I don't have time to watch them, I'll go to the video. I'll like it. I'll at least do that much. That way, it counts to your views. It counts. It gets that algorithm.
That's what I do.
Well, see, and that's kind of like what I was saying earlier is just, make sure. I mean, I know a lot of us have kind of met each other kind of more recently, like kind of during the Copa stuff and things like that. And, just kind of go through, make sure your subscriptions and stuff, make sure you're getting notifications. If they say they're marked for kids and for sure that their content's not, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and make sure that, it shows properly. If not, let that content creator know somehow, because pretty much everybody, because we lost that message system in YouTube, everybody has like an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, some other way to get a hold of them than just the YouTube comments and stuff. So
yeah. And I think I guess I haven't really answered my own topic, have I? I don't see myself stopping. I haven't. I don't know. I because I love it too much. I'm kind of like Kato here, but from a different perspective. It's been a lifelong obsession. Okay, a lifelong thing with me that I love. I picked collecting Transformers over collecting Gunpla and doing Gunpla, and that should say something. And I was an avid, ravenous Gunpla guy, and I was like, okay, but I had to pick and choose. And Transformers was my first love, so to speak. So I don't really see myself stopping, even if it's just one or two figures a year. I'd still be collecting 1 or 2 figures a year. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon, unless, I get dead or something. In which case, well, then, somebody else will pick up where I left off, I imagine. I don't know. I can dream. Don't take that dream away from me. And
be like a Starscream ghost.
yeah. Let's see here. He just says, Ninja Bill, I agree. I watch Gunpla vids. I watch Minecraft vids. But when I'm watching a video about a thing, I'm not actually doing the thing.
See, and I was kind of thinking of your point you were making earlier too, Ninja Bill, is that you couldn't catch up and watch everybody's content when you're subscribed to 700 plus people. Oh yeah, I mean I don't think anybody here expects. I mean maybe, but I don't think anybody here really expects everybody to watch all of their content. I have a very diverse of aliens and Terminator and Godzilla and dinosaurs and Transformers and all kinds of different Robotech, things like that. I don't expect anybody to watch all of those, right? So because they may not have an interest in that. And that's fine, because but if they watch it and they're like, hey, I'm interested in that now too, that's even better. But I certainly don't expect everybody to watch everything.
Yeah, it's an impossibility. Not with the way everybody's day is structured. Most people who watch our channels, our respective channels here, are usually, around all of our ages here, our age group. They have a busy life, home, family, work, etc. So when they do this thing, it's awesome, but it's not the entirety of their world, and it's just impossible to keep up. It really is. It's just impossible to keep up.
Can I
interrupt? I'd like to try.
Go ahead, Cato.
I want to interrupt real quick. I just want to say that I overheard the last little bit of that, and I disagree. I expect everyone to watch all of my stuff. And if anyone in here is not watching it, we are friends. So that's all.
See, and I knew Cato. That's why I said, well, maybe not everybody. I knew it'd be Cato.
So, anything else you'd like to say, gentlemen? Otherwise, I'm gonna probably
hold up. Cato, are you still trying to find an Optimus Prime or some type of a truck to repaint into your Mask Rhino?
I say I am, but I'll be honest with you, I'm really fucking lazy. So I probably won't do it. But if I had one, I want to say I would do it because it seems like it would be a lot of fun. Is that honest enough? I think that's
honest enough. I've got something.
Buy yourself a movie Prime. It's a long nose, and customize that. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, that's what I should do.
Don't give Hasbro any ideas.
Go ahead, Adamantium Matrix. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm just saying I've got something. I might send you pretty soon. Anyway, just bear with me a little bit. And it's an older figure from it's the leader class from the third movie.
Oh yeah.
It's got the big, huge battery operated gun. I'll get with you and see if you want it down the road. I got to get your address and all that. So I'm not sure if Ninja Bill has it or not. I may get with him.
Sure, I think he does.
Okay.
As far as Cato could try his hand at airbrush, believe it or not, little known fact, back in the 80s and early 90s, I used to be really handy with an airbrush and used to make a mean license plate and t-shirt for a few bucks at the beach. That stays between us.
And the entire internet. So it stays between us and the entire internet.
It goes nowhere else. This is as far as that story can go.
It doesn't leave the internet room.
That's right.
But
yeah, I was going to go ahead. I was going to go ahead and say, take it away there, Ninja Bill.
All right. Well, actually, I was going to say before we go, we'll do one last round of where people can find you. So, Crimson Raptors, lead us off.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at Crimson Raptors. That's where you can find me.
And Adamantium Matrix.
You can find me on YouTube under Adamantium Matrix, and you can find me on Facebook under my name, Jason Sullivan.
And Kato.
You can find me on YouTube at Cato's Collection. You can find me on Instagram at Cato's Collection. I deleted Twitter because over the last month it has become a hellhole. So Twitter. So yeah, YouTube, Instagram, that's it. Oh, and tformers.com. You can find me at tformers.
I was about to say, and what about T-Formers? But no, you beat me to it. I'm slightly disappointed now. I don't know what to say. Anyway, no, Transaren 38, how about you?
You guys will find me here on YouTube, Transaren 38, and also on Instagram as Transaren 38. You follow me, and I'll follow you back. That's how it works for me.
Wait, what? What? Dragonfly says now we got something to blackmail Ninja Bill with. Except you can't blackmail a ninja. You can't do that. It's an impossibility. Well,
let's throw a smoke bomb down.
well.
We got ourselves a chucker, eh?
I don't know. I could be blackmailed with things. I don't know. Tall brunettes. No. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you to Crimson. Thank you to Crimson Raptors. Jeez, no English. Crimson Raptors, Adamantium Matrix, Cato's Collection, and Transparent 38. Thank you very much, gentlemen. To everyone in the chat, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate you guys spending your time with me. Love all you guys. And Transparent 38, how about you lead us out with a song?
Bustin' makes us feel good.